Kipoerneke's Korner. I'm over in Watcherofrealms, and I'm planning to do some of the daily stuff and also hopefully make a little more progress on Dracula, but I guess we will see on that. Let's flip over here to the Watcherofrealms screen. Alright, let's see here. We have done a good number of the daily things today, but let's go ahead into the hero's visit over here, where we have Theowen, who says, Commander, I am Theowen, the Guardian of Oblivion. I'm in desperate need of adventure medals, or I won't be able to continue roaming the kingdom freely. Oh, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? Alright, so, complete any stage period 2 to have a chance of obtaining quest items. We need these here adventure medals, alright? So let's go, and let's do stage 18, do a quick clear 2 times, and see what we get of what we need here. Let's go ahead and start that. Okay, so we got 0 of the adventure medals for that. We got 40 Brave Conquest points, 10 Imperial Pharaoh Guard Demon Soldier Shards, 19,800 gold, 3,240 XP potions, 10 Demon Soldier Shards of the Lizard Flying Mongo variety, and a couple of pieces of gear. Let's try again. Another quick clear, and we'll do another 2 times. Alright, this time we were a little bit more fortunate. We got both of the adventure medals that we needed. We also got 40 Brave Conquest points, 19,800 gold, 3,240 XP potions, and then a couple of pieces of gear for that. Now let's get out of here and turn this into Theowen. We got 5 arena permits and 200 stamina as our reward for that. Now he says, I need some special magical materials for a mysterious ritual. And he wants us to give him 5,000 gold for that, which we'll do. We got 3 5-star psychic power shards as a result of that. That's not bad. Now, something else I was noticing as I was going through my bags earlier is that I have some bags in my bags. So, let's see. It was from that Christmas event. Apparently, we needed to open those from the bags, but I go through my storage so rarely that I don't really notice things in it very much, and I completely forgot about them. I just assumed they were, given to us at the end of it. Turns out we got the bags, but there are things in the bags that we didn't open. So let's go ahead and open those real fast. We have 19 of these large lucky bags. We're going to go ahead and open those up and see what we have here. We have 80 sanguine fabric, 20 smoldering scales, 60 diamonds, 6 advanced augmentation gems, 30 ancient summoning crystal shards, which ought to net us an ancient summoning crystal, I do believe, 30 gear recasting hammer shards, and 15 refining crystal shards from that. But that's not the only bag that we have. That was just the big one. Then we have 79 of these medium ones here. So let's use all 79 of those and see what we have to show for it. We got 60 sanguine fabric, 80 smoldering shards, 100 diamonds, 30 quick clear tickets, 60 ancient summoning crystal shards, 15 gear recasting hammer shards, 40 refining crystal shards, 4 huge stamina potions, 15 augmentation gems, and 750,000 gold for that. One more kind of bag. Now, what's this here? I don't know. Choose an item you like from the bundle. We could have Sanguine Throne Avatar or Sanguine Throne Avatar 2. I don't remember what that was from, but it was recent. And then we have 189 of these small bags here, the small lucky bags, also from the Christmas event. I believe that's what those were from, right? Alright, so let's open all 189 of those and see what we get there. We got 147 sanguine fabric, 105 smoldering scales, 130 diamonds, 28 quick clear tickets, 9 gear recasting hammer shards, 42 refining crystal shards, 1 huge stamina potion, 20 augmentation gems, and 1,080,000. That's where we're at. My brain just skipped a beat there. Did not want to register what that was. But that's what it is. Alright, very cool. So, opened those up. and I kind of glanced through these other things. There are some other interesting things here. Some of them I'm not real clear what are, as is my usual state of being. I definitely have a bunch of insignia chests. I also have this. It's a hero emote choice bundle. Not sure exactly where I got it. It may have been another Christmas thing. I'm not sure. But it gives us emotes for Lubu, Leia, Daochan, Arrogance, Shamir, or we can get an ancient summoning crystal from it. Out of those, I personally lean toward the ancient summoning crystal, but I'm not quite set on it enough to actually open it up and choose something. So, all right, now let's see. Having opened that stuff up, let's head over to Theowen apparently first, who says, "Thank you for your support, Commander. We shall persist in serving as per requirement." Well, it doesn't sound as grateful as it could be, I feel. So, in the storage, we have some shards to turn into things here. We have these ancient summoning crystals, which we'll use and get 3 ancient summoning crystals from it. Very nice. 77 gear recasting hammer shards will turn into 2 gear recasting hammers. Then we have 97 refining crystal shards, which we can turn into 3 refining crystals. Not sure exactly what those are good for. I know that I've looked at them a few times. I just always forget what they are. Alright, so we got that. Let's head over to the arena and see how that's looking. I think I will go ahead and refresh this and see if there's anything. Let's see, how is about this Japanese fellow here who's living in the United States? Or at least his name is in what appears to be, and I could be totally wrong about this. I had initially thought Japanese, not sure. Alright, living in the United States, howsoever. 319,341 BP on that guy. He's got some fun people. I'm seeing, okay, I actually recognize all of these people. Surprise, surprise, right? So we've got, I think her name is Lunaria. She's a lord. We've got Akira, Yuri, Hex, and Hatsu. Amazing. There it is. All right, let's go ahead and try it. Honestly, even though we don't have too much more, we have a significant more BP than they do, there's still a good chance that they will slaughter us. The monster's BP is 322,455. Our auto fight BP on this is 395,882. And like I said, even though their BP is significantly lower than ours and the monsters is as well, with those characters, I mean, they've got a shot. Let's give it a go. See what happens. Alright, so they started out with Yuri over here. Yuri has Needle of Torment. Deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to 1 enemy target in one other enemy near the fallen target. They followed that up with Hot Suit down here with Ghastly Burst. Doesn't matter because I'm dead before another wave comes through. That's how fast that is. Yuri definitely knocked out those guys very quickly there. And stats show that, of course, Yuri did the most damage here at 489,815, followed by Setchum at 432,213. Okay, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. And we'll give dudes a try. We're going to go with dudes instead of duds because I like it better. So, dudes over here is from Brazil, and he has 333,256 BP. And again, I recognize these people. We've got Hot Suit, Arrogance, Idril, Dolores, and Akira. So, not too shabby right there. Let's go ahead and give it a try nonetheless. They have 333,256 BP. Let's auto fight it and see what happens. So what do you think? Is it dudes or is it duds? Here is Hot Suit. She has Ghastly Burst. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. So that's kind of crazy, right? She's followed that up with Hot Suit, or he has, rather. Dolores, I'm sorry. Followed Hot Suit up with Dolores, who has graceful dancing, applies 40% inspiration to other allies in range. 22 seconds is her ultimate. She is a healer. And then they've got Idril over here, which we won't have time to read because we're going to die. But basically, she can shoot anywhere on the field during her ultimate, which is pretty cool. So that was due to 333,256 BP, slaughtered completely so far in the arena. We've got Hot Suit topping the damage at 1,178,770. Followed by Setram at 983,386, then Arrogance at 610,200, and then Idril at 392,782. Very cool. We got 3 arena coins and 4 dual champions points for that. Okay, call it good on those with 9 arena permits left, shockingly. Just kind of glancing around here. What do I want to do next? You know, so much excitement. Okay. Actually, first thing I want to do is look over here at the calendar and see what is ending today. We get the special ancient summonings ending today. Special divine summoning. Special invocation of spirits. Arrival of heroes. That's for summoning heroes. Lost legacies for participating in Gear Raid 1. Corridor of Glory is for leveling up, starting up, promoting heroes, upgrading heroes' skills to win trophies and redeem rewards. Spiritual altars for summoning heroes. And Lucky Roulette. If I have any spins, I'll use them, but I don't think I do. I don't. Alright, so let's go over here to Duel of Champions and claim what we have, which is the Dawnbringer Shard times 5. That's the one for Lady Nina's exclusive artifact. We don't have Lady Nina, but if we get her, then hey, we'll have her artifact started on as well. I don't know if we'll make it up high enough to get enough shards for that or not. We'll see. Brave Conquest over here, we've got more shards. That's 5 more of the Dawnbringer Shard. There aren't any more shards on the Brave Conquest menu, so we're not exactly going to lose out much there. There are some more on this fighting in the arena window, however. We're a little ways away from being able to get those shards, but we have 6 days and 2 hours left on that, so not that big of a deal. Corridor of Glory doesn't seem to have any of those in it. Tales of the Smith, we could certainly get that progress meter up enough to get that. Spiritual altars for summoning guys, and definitely could get to the artifact shards here if I throw some more into it, which I intend to anyway. So I may as well actually get that done. But first, let's head over to Ancestral Legacy, which is this board game that you see here. So first of all, let's go to quests and claim all this stuff. We logged into the game today, which gives us 1 Scalekin Bones. Spent 50 stamina a day, gives us another Scalekin Bones. Cleared any stages 5 times a day for another Scalekin Bones. Obtained 5 pieces of gear from Gear Raid today for another Scalekin Bones. Completed 2 individual quests of the guild today for another Scalekin Bones. Now what we haven't done is perform a summon today. Well, I'm not going to do that quite yet. Over on the rewards tab over here, we can pick up 2 ancient summoning crystals from the progress meter at the bottom. So, very good, very good. Ancestral Legacy. We are most of the way to these rewards just as a whole. We've got most of them. Alright, let's come over here and see what we can do. We have 11 of the Scalekin Bones, 5 of the Dragonkin Bones. The Dragonkin are the one that let you choose which number you roll. The Scalekin are the ones that are just random rolls. Now, right now, we're over here on Whimsy Words down at the bottom middle, basically. So let's give it a roll and see where we head to. Got a 3. And that's Goblin Gambit. A group of goblins invites you to a dangerous dice game. The wager is unknown. We can either refuse and prepare to fight, which is the conservative choice, or we can accept the gambling challenge and choose the radical choice. Gotta go conservative and prepare to fight. So, you draw your weapon. Goblins immediately assume combat stances. We roll 10 to 16, then we gain protection and get 100 dragon's gold. If we roll 4 to 9, nothing happens, except that somehow, even though nothing happens, we get 50 dragon's gold for that. And number 2 to 3, we get cursed, and as a reward for that curse, we get 20 dragon's gold. All very interesting. Let's try our luck. We got 13, which gives us the high number here. We got 100 dragon's gold for that. Not too shabby. It's kind of surprising, but good. Surprising in a good way. Let's roll again. Got an 8 this time, which means we're going to land on another similar tile. So Goblin Gambit once more. We're doing the dangerous dice game. We're going to refuse and prepare to fight, same as before. Try our luck and see how it gets us. We got a 2 this time, and so we got only 20 dragon's gold for that. We'll claim it and move to the next roll. However, we have rewards to claim first. So obtain a total of 1,200 dragon's gold, and we get 1 ancient summoning crystal for that. I like that fine. Moving forward, let us roll again. It's a 1. Gives us a question mark. Hello, traveler. The world brims with the unfamiliar, and our rendezvous could be one of those peculiar encounters. And I'm going to say every encounter has a reward. And we got 20 dragon's gold for that, so probably the wrong answer. Alright, let us roll again. 3. Okay, that's going to get us back on the dice here. I feel like it's dice. Magic Spring Dilemma. The forest spring shimmers with strange light. Those who drink from it may face an unknown fate. So we can either pour in a carried potion, or we can risk drinking the shimmering water. Both of those are strange, but the pouring in the carried potion is the conservative choice, and the drinking it is the radical choice. And I agree, because, just sort of drinking from a spring that's shimmering with a strange light does seem fairly radical to me. Pouring in the carried potion is a strange choice as well, however. That is not what I would do, I don't think, on either count, to the random shimmering forest spring. Shimmering is one thing, but shimmering with a strange light, I don't know about all that. Alright, you pour the potion into the spring. The water suddenly churns violently and changes color. If we roll a 10 to 16, we summon a spirit. And that's apparently a good thing, because you get 100 dragon's gold for summoning a spirit. I'm feeling like if I poured a potion into the spring, and I'm assuming that maybe we're trying to make the water drinkable. I don't know. But what I would not be going for is summoning a spirit. At no point in my life have I been like, well, maybe if I pour this into the water, then I'll summon a spirit. That has never been the case for me. Number 4 to 9, the antidote fails to work. Now, the antidote. This implies that we have been poisoned, does it not? The antidote fails to work. And even though the antidote fails to work, we still get 50 dragon's gold. I find that strange. I don't know, obviously, the situation, because it has not been explained as clearly as I feel was perhaps intended. But I'm feeling like if the antidote fails to work, that normally results in bad things, not necessarily good things. And I feel like 50 dragon's gold is a good thing. So I'm not really sure how that's, I guess the risk versus reward is very strange in this game. You roll a 2 to 3 and the spring runs dry. Now, another strange thing, right? So we've come across this stream. It's shimmering with a strange light. We pour a potion into it, and then it runs dry. Again, what have we done here? Did we just evaporate the water with our potion? And what is this with the potion anyway? what kind of a potion are we pouring into this spring? It's very strange. It can cause a spirit to appear. It can cause the spring to run dry. And it can, maybe I guess it can cause nothing to happen. Are we trying, is the spring poisoned and we're trying to clear the poison with our antidote? And somehow that just all goes wrong sometimes and the spring runs dry as a result, or it goes apparently tremendously right. And somehow that means we summon a spirit. Maybe the spirit gives us 100 dragon's gold. I don't know. Maybe the spirit directs us to a cave where we retrieve the 100 dragon's gold. I need more to this story, you know? I want it fleshed out. Let's try our luck and see what happens. We got a 16. You know, crazily enough, I almost never roll high on anything. And so the fact that I've run, you know, 2 high numbers this time around, just in this one short session that we've been in so far, I'm like, maybe I need to go buy a lottery ticket. Is this what I'm being told right now by the universe? Like, I mean, I'm not sure that rolling high numbers in a video game necessarily equates to winning huge sums of money. But, you know, I don't know. There's temptation there for sure. I'm not a lottery player. I'm not a gambler. But I gotta say, feels like something good is happening here. What's funny is that I didn't choose the appropriate option to be lucky, you know? I chose the unlucky option, which is normal for me. Alright, so let's claim this. I digress, you know? Alright, 100 dragon's gold there. Now, let's roll again. See what we have here. We have 7 more rolls, including this one of the scale variety. And we do still have plenty of the dragonkin. So, we got 15 dragon's gold for landing on some random spot. We try to hit the next, rallying point. I'm not sure if we have hit rallying point before or not. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to tell us. The only one that it tells us that we have is this green one, the crystal mine. And I think, I want to say it was gray until we purchased it, and then it turned green, which seems to indicate to me that, hey, we picked this up, we have it now, and so it's green. Strangely, none of the other things that I've gotten have been green, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and not make any real efforts to hit the rallying point. We'll just roll and apparently get an 8 so that we can get more of the whatever that was we were on, which is just a random reward, and this time we got 20 dragon's gold for it. Okay, now, again, there's no real reason to try to land on this crystal mine. I think it gives us things for passing locations that we own. So it doesn't really matter tremendously. Let's just give it a random roll here. We got yet another 8. So we're going to land on another random reward tile. And we got 15 dragon's gold. The random rewards tiles seem to be just always low. It feels like that's one of the things you just really kind of don't want to hit. Forbidden Sanctum. Have we hit Forbidden Sanctum yet? I have no idea if we have or not. We can try to get it. We can definitely get it. We just have to move forward. Let's go ahead and do it for fun, okay? We want to go forward, taking destiny into our own hands, and moving forward. The interesting thing is that it goes through the motions. It rolls the die, and we already know what the number's going to be. There's 0 suspense there, but it goes through the animation anyway. Okay, you'll receive 2 dragon's gold each time you use bones, and upgrade effects, you'll receive 4 dragon's gold each time you use bones. So, we've already hit this before, which means that I actually wasted my roll entirely. I could upgrade, and I guess I may as well at this point in the game. I feel like it's almost over. Now, look at that. It turned green. So does that mean its second level is green, like first level is gray, That would make sense, actually. It probably goes in the same color order as everything else in this game, so it's gray because it was a low-level place, and now it's green because we've bumped it up one. If I had known that, I could have possibly tried to get them all up into green level so that I could recognize if I had it or not. That would have been smart, and next time this Ancestral Legacy comes around, maybe, potentially, I'll remember that. I mean, there's a high possibility I won't remember that, but if I do, that'll be very good. If you haven't started this yet, be aware that it seems to take a couple of levels to turn green. This fellow says, "Hello, traveler. The world brims with the unfamiliar, and our rendezvous could be one of those peculiar encounters." And I'm going to say, okay, last time I said every encounter has a reward. This time I'm going to go with, I agree with you. Okay, I think that's the right answer. He says, we have a series of multiple choice questions. If you manage to make it to the last one, there's a surprise waiting. Are you prepared? Now, I'm going to go with, I'm ready to take on any challenge. He says, one path leads to a lush oasis. Another brings you to a barren desert. What's your choice? Let's go with, I have the courage to face it all. That was the wrong answer. We got 50 dragon's gold. Okay. So. Okay. We'll try to remember that for next time. That was 50 dragon's gold for the courage to face it all. It's not a bad amount, but certainly we could have done better than. Alright, obtain a total of 1,500 dragon's gold, and for that we get 10 legendary skill crystals. Let us roll again, methinks. Let me check real fast. I want to try to go in. Pretty sure I went into the Witch's Paradise already, so let's just roll randomly. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll find out because... Oh, well, no, that was a random place. That was a dragon's gold. Alright, roll again. And it's a 6. So, what do we get? Who knows? Okay, spend a dragon's gold to increase. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go all the way up on this and then reveal them. Let's kind of pay some attention. We have 959 coins right now. Let's reveal the cards. Alright, so we got a total of 50 points on this little scale here, right? So again, we're at 959. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget before I lame this. 951. Alright, it has 210 at the bottom, which I thought that was the amount that we spent, but perhaps not. I'm going to write that number down to I'm trying to figure out how the heck this is working. It should have been, you know, one night guy is 30, and then we got 2 books. Each of those is 10. That should be 50. So I don't know. We're going to see if that maths or not. Okay, so we got 40 dragon's gold. That works with the 50, right? So 400 rather, because 50 times 8, that would be 400, yes. That all seems well and good. Now we started with 959. Now if I was right about using 210 to do this, then we should be, okay, let's see, we would have gone down to 749, and then we would gain 400, and so that should put us at 1149, which would be a net gain of, let's see, 190. Let's see. What are we at? We are at 1149. So, okay, it did work the way that I thought it did, and I'm not crazy. Or I am crazy, and it also worked the way that I thought it would. So, yeah, both things can be true. Rewards, obtain a total of 1,800 dragon's gold, and we get 2 rare summoning crystals for that. We're down to only 4 more rewards left on the board. Obviously, we're not going to get all the way up to something crazy like 5,000 dragon's gold, but that's okay. We shall continue on with our rolling. Goldsmithy. Now, that's the one that you gain... Okay, so if you hit it, I think it's if you hit it, then for the next 2 rolls after you hit it, you get like 20% bonus or something like that. So let's roll a 3 here. Because I think that's the one that we want to go in. Hopefully. Yes, the next 2 actions after landing on the goldsmithy will increase Dragon's Gold gain efficiency by 20%. Now I had gotten that just to level 1. We'll upgrade it. Not that I don't know if it'll apply this time or not, and I don't know that it matters anyway. But just for funsies, let's upgrade it more. Let's see if it changes color if we upgrade it. Because right now it's green. It did turn blue. So yes, it is using the same color schematic as everything else in the game. It's 1 level up per level, it seems. Interesting. Okay, so it may behoove you, if you're doing this, to grab that goldsmithy, level it up, and then reserve your dragonkin bones until you get close to the smithy, and make sure that you go into the smithy and get that bonus on dragon's gold if that's a priority goal. All right, we're gonna leave, and then we're gonna go forward here. We have 1 more random amount. Let's see, rallying point is the next thing over here. We could pick and choose which things we land on and try to increase the amount that we get. But the thing is that I don't really know what I would go for if I got to choose. So, I mean, it seems like the most, the most likely thing, well, I don't know. Maybe the most likely things for me to do well on is, I think, Destiny's Path and Fortuitous Encounter. I think that's the names. Fortuitous Encounter for sure has a walkthrough. I don't know exactly what it is. Fortuitous Encounter and Destiny's Path produce different outcomes and rewards based on your choices. Right. Let's just roll and not worry about it. Well, okay, we only have 3 more that we can choose. So what would I rather do? Destiny's Path or Fortuitous Encounter? Here's another question. Why are some of the tiles gold? Is that, in fact, a color-coded situation as well? Is it best to land on the gold squares? You know what? Let's use one of our special things. We'll roll 2, and we'll see which one the Destiny's Path is. It could be the one where we get to choose answers and fail to answer correctly. No, it's Magic Spring Dilemma. Well, that's a shame. A forest spring shimmers with a strange light. Those who drink from it may face an unknown fate. You know what? We've got an extra gain going on here. Let's go ahead and be crazy and risk drinking this shimmering water, and then we'll try our luck radically. Do not expect much. So we got a 10. That's middle of the road. So we got 20 dragon's gold for that. Definitely could have chosen not to do that for sure, but that's okay. Let's claim it, and then we'll give a random roll next. I think, or not. Do I not? I could go forward 1 and hit the Fortuitous Encounter. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm not really sure. Let's try it. Let's go forward 1. Why not? Surprise, surprise. We rolled a 1. Okay. So here he is. Hello, Traveler. It's remarkable how one can encounter the most unexpected people in the most unforeseen places. And I'm going to say, are you tracking me? And he says everything is guided by fate. And I say, I don't believe in fate. He says, the path against fate is fraught with dangers. May the stars illuminate your path, Traveler. And I say, may your journey also unfold peacefully. And we get 20 dragon's gold from that. So, I'm not sure I chose correctly in anything, but rewards, obtain a total of 2,000 dragon's gold, and we get 2 huge stamina potions. Okay, so now let's give it a random roll here and see what we get. It's 5. It is rallying point, I think. Yes. You receive 50 dragon's gold each time you enter a rallying point. So honestly, I should have just gone straight from the gold mine to the rallying point. You got that 50 gold right there. Could have rolled an 8 and done it. And in fact, if we had upgraded earlier, I mean, that would have been really the way to go. Alas, alack, that is not what we did. So, no worries. Let us... Okay, next we have... we get to choose what we roll. What do I want to roll? That's the question. 1 left to go. And let's do a fortuitous encounter again. Why not? We'll roll a 3. Hello, traveler. It's remarkable how one can encounter the most unexpected people in the most unforeseen places. Okay, so let's just go with it's all fate. And we got 20 dragon's gold. Either way, we got 20 dragon's gold prior, so I'm not sure. There was certainly, I did not click the way that I needed to either time. So the bottom answer is definitely wrong. The top answer is the choose your own adventure you want to take. And then after that, I can't say because everything went wrong for me there. All right. So let's hop out of here and see what we have on this list. We still have things to choose in the Goblin Horde. Not going to do that right now. In Sanguine Throne, the Crimson Quests, spend 1,000 stamina and we get 1 huge stamina potion and 1 Demon Slayer's Medallion. And then eliminating 4,000 monsters gives us another huge stamina potion and 1 Demon Slayer's Medallion. Challenge quests obtain a total of 1,200 dragon's gold when we get 1 Demon Slayer's Medallion and 100 legendary skill dust. And then obtaining a total of 1,800 dragon's gold gives us 30 diamonds and 2 Demon Slayer's Medallions. Still have something doing over here. It's this. It's the Heart of Consecrated Edge. That is the Dr. Van Helsing exclusive mythic artifact right there. I definitely don't have Dr. Van Helsing, and I'm not sure how to get him at this point. But it would still, it would still be good to get, just because, maybe I'll have him someday, right? Okay. I think I'm gonna go do some summons real fast. Seems like a good idea. Let's do it. Summon, and so now we can try to get Dracula and Ravenhold, Dracula or Ravenhold. This one is ending tonight for Lord of Chaotic's gone, and then Carnelian for the Arena Mastery. I don't know either of those people. I haven't seen them. I don't know if they're new or if I just haven't seen them. But obviously that's not what I'm going to go for right now. There's also the special divine summoning. You can get Helga or Nyx from that. I only have 5 of the legendary crystals. I don't know if there's anything fancy coming up. Do I want those? I know that Nyx is pretty good. I've seen Helga. She seems to do pretty well as well. So it could be something to do there. It ends in 2 hours and 14 minutes. So, do I want to or don't I want to? That is the question. I suppose I can go ahead and do that. But let's first go back and check and see on the events what kinds of things are upcoming that I might would want to spend that on instead. What is this guy? Dane, a fighter. He emerged from the deepest forbidden cell of the pillory, replaced with no chains, only bookshelves, paper, and pins. 3 years of silence, his identity a mystery. Taken away by a figure in a black cloak on a starless night, he reappeared 6 months later at Duke Mazarin's side, transformed into a silent killing machine. A fully enclosed helmet masks his face. His left hand has become a weapon that does not belong to this world, and tubes pulse along his body. He never speaks. There's only the heavy rhythmic sound of his breath. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I don't know that I necessarily have any need for him, maybe. Maybe he's amazing. I don't know. Don't know enough about it. There's this nascent invocation experience coming up. That's during the event. The first legendary hero summoned is guaranteed to be an unowned one. It can only be activated one time. So if you're looking for something like that, there it is. Okay, so I don't really see any reason that's sticking out to me that I should not do the sorry, I went to the wrong window again. The special divine summoning. Because while I don't know about those guys, I do know that Nyx is good. So I think I will. I'm going to try to get Nyx. See what we have here. We have Ardeth. Ardeth is a 4-star defender from the esotericist faction. Too angry to die, Ardeth attacks multiple enemies at a time and is able to regain hit points from these enemies. We're going to share that and get 50 diamonds. And then continue on with our summoning spree here. Short summoning spree. And we have another purple. It is Scorch, the 4-star fighter from the Infernal faction. A hot-tempered Scale-King fighter who burns enemies with a jet of AoE fire from his snapping maw. Summon again. What happened? I don't think I've gotten any of the 3 epics that are on display yet. We got Aatrox this time. He's a 4-star fighter from the Cultist and Chaotic factions. Born to Die, this sacrificial warrior trades HP for massive damage and generates a fire field on death. Summon again. Alright, this time we got Azov, a 4-star mage from the Infernal faction. The apple doesn't fall far, so the 2's son is a master of critical damage with an affinity for fire magic. And then we got one more summon. Let's see what we get. Nothing too fancy. Ah, it looks like Mari, because this, I believe, is her intro scene, the whole water thing going on. It's kind of interesting how some of the epics have intro scenes and some of them do not. Most of them do not, and only a few of them do, and I wonder what that's all about. Alright, so she is a 4-star mage from the Northern faction. As alluring as the deepest depths, Mari inflicts slow with her ice magic, rendering enemies vulnerable. And she is basically utility more than anything else. Alright, cool. Got that. And yes, we'll confirm those 5 heroes that are stored in backup over there. And then we'll go over to the Bloodline summoning because I definitely could throw some guys at that. Some diamonds. Crystals? That's the one. Crystals. At Lady Mina over here. So, let's summon. We got Cutter, the 2-star marksman from the Fierce faction. Cutter launches poison-laced daggers with ease, but downs boos with less grace than an ox. Summon again. This time we have Amelie, 3-star marksman, a huntress not to be trifled with. Amelie's spears are deadly accurate and greatly reduce enemy defense. think I may have her in the Dracula event. We have Elukos, the 3-star marksman from the cultist faction. Not every day you see an ivory-skinned goblin. With frosty arrows that inflict slow, he just can't miss. Alright, it's Langlin, the 2-star healer. Langlin is as devout as can be. His healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. And we're following that up with Aaron, a 3-star healer. Gifted, if not impatient, Aaron uses AoE to heal units and provide debuffs. Sorry, I'm yawning over here a little bit. We've got Preetor, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Preetor defends the weak while in constant search for the lost to love. He's one of the ones I've read the background story on, and it's kind of interesting. Here's Camille, the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. Camille is ever the sight for sore eyes. Channeling the power of the Holy Light, she'll patch you up in no time. She is sought after by Rex, from what the campfire gossip has to say. And now we have Nasandi, the 4-star healer from the Shearsher faction, a tribal bombshell who tends to the weak and weary, able to balance healing spells and increase attack speed. And now for Rogers, the 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And then Rutu, the 3-star fighter. This scale gets in it for the thrills, gains a shield after placement, and recovers costs. And we've got Ryder here, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move, can heavily increase his own attack. And then Olav, the 4-star defender from the Northern faction. This larger-than-life defender is nigh unbreakable. Just try and get past his towering shield. I haven't had a lot of luck with Olav so far, but I mean, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with him. I think I probably need to put more work into it. Here's Rumnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the tree. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. And here we have Rex, the 3-star defender from the Watcher faction. Unyieldingly loyal to the commander, Rex uses sword and shield to stun enemies and deal AoE damage. He is the very first guy that you get in this game, I do believe. Yeah. He's his right-hand man, I think. Here's Glenn, the 3-star defender. Devout to the Holy Light, this reliable defender turns to prayer in order to deflect and reduce damage. You would think that him and Camille would be good buddies, right? Because both of them are into the Holy Light situation, and also she's a healer and he's a defender, and honestly, that seems like a good match, right? Here we have Ryder once more. He's our 2-star fighter who's obsessed with Arlo and mimics his every move. Following that up with Midan, the 4-star healer from the Northern faction. A divine incarnation of healing light, Midan cleanses debuffs and can heal multiple allies at once. She's really useful in the Immortal Codex thing that's like the healer battle. She does well. Here's Jonas, the 2-star fighter, your classic drunkard with spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in fight. And now for Amelie, who we had earlier in the Divine Summoning, I believe. She's a 3-star marksman, a huntress not to be trifled with. Amelie's spears are deadly accurate and greatly reduce enemy defense. Maybe it was in this this thing actually that I summoned on the before. Not sure. Alright, here is Gonkba, the 3-star mage from the Esotericist faction. That's one prickly goblin. Gonkba flings AoE spikes with abandon while inflicting slowly. And now for Gorza, the 3-star defender. As fierce as she is gorgeous, this orcish shield maiden stands firm and mauls many. And Jonas, the 2-star fighter. A classic drunkard with a spear. Maybe a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself for a fight. Let's see here. It is Rogers. 2-star defender. He is the fellow who can boost his own defenses to become a human wall. And then, once more, we're at Ryder, the 2-star fighter who's obsessed with Arlo, and he's kind of interesting to me, again, that he would be interested in Arlo. And here he is again, 2-star fighter Ryder. It's interesting that he would be so impressed with Arlo when they're both the same, like they're the same tier guys, you know? It's not like Arlo's better than him or that he has any reason to be impressed. And it makes me wonder, when they first designed them, did they intend for Arlo to be a 3-star and for Ryder to be a 2-star or something like that? Because it seems kind of odd otherwise, right? So now we have Preetor, the 2-star defender, who is wandering around looking all over the place for his lost love, who was not found in his home city after the great raising of the town. Here's Rogers, the 2-star defender. He's the one who can boost his defenses to become a human wall. Following that up with Walgrek, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrek slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. And then we've got Nash, the 3-star fighter. His name hits the nail on the hammer head. Nash eviscerates multiple enemies at a time with his morbid club. And Screech, the 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. And here we have Screech once more. He is the marksman who takes you into the dark and plugs you with his daggers. Following that, we have Decimus, the 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. Then for Ogorl, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of berserker, shields won't help when he enters a rampage. Now I wonder what my pity currently is. I'm not going to check it at this moment, but it seems like if I get close to pity, I may want to switch over to something else, hit pity, and then switch back. Here's Jonas, the 2-star fighter. He is a bit of a drunkard, but he does okay under stressful circumstances. Here's Rumnose, a 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. And then for Halder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Halder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. And now we have Dagna, the 3-star defender from the Northern faction. She's a lord. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader able to greatly heal herself. And then Munia, the 3-star healer. Let this one's magic soothe your soul. Yunya calls upon the jungle to heal her allies and bolster defense. We'll get down to 30 summoning crystals and then check on Kitty. Here's Ryder, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move and heavily increase his own attack. And then here is Halder once more. He's the 2-star fighter, searching for repayment of a debt that saved his boy life. Alright, popping out of there for a whole second. Let's get these diamonds over here, 15 of them. And then, let's see here. We're at 58 out of 200 of the summons needed to get Nina. And what if I check the pity here? Summoning record. And what we're doing is we're looking for a gold border, I suppose you'd say, on one of these guys, so that we know when the last time we summoned somebody fancy was. It's been a little while. How long? It's been Magnus, so not that long. Alright, so we've got 21 pages. If it was all 21 pages, then that would be 63 summons, but it's not. So let's do 20 pages would be 60, and then Ogorl makes 61. So we still have a long ways to go before we have to worry about Kitty at all. Let's go ahead and, do I continue or not right now? Maybe we don't. Come out of here with 327 out of 298 stamina. So let's go to the Lost Legacy and throw some of the stamina at this gear rate 1. Let's go ahead and use up our 3 quick clears for the day. And then we'll see what else we have to throw at those. So, we got from that 260 Lost Legacy trophies, 260 Great Conquest points, 5 Epic Demon Soldier Void Cores, 74,020 gold, 50 in stamina, 9,720 XP potions, a bunch of different pieces of gear. Alright, now let's auto fight, turn this to max, and that can be going in the background while we do other things. But let's go to the Arrival of Heroes and check and see what our reward is. It looks like it is the Dawnbringer Shard times 5 and Legendary Skill Crystal Shards times 3. Pretty good. The only thing left in this is to win this Ancient Summoning Crystal. So that's for summoning heroes. Seems like it makes a little bit of sense to summon some more and maybe try to get that. But also, I think I should do some of these daily things. Perform 1 summon. We'll get 2 golden cogs and 2 4-star psychic powers. Let's go claim the Tidon slot real fast. I don't care to actually do it, even though, you know, could get through this wave successfully, but I'm not going to today. We got 40 legendary skill dust, 376 talent points, 62 epic skill dust, 14,000 gold, 70 stamina, 88 rare skill dust, and a couple of demon soldier shards. We got 1 skeleton guardian and 1 scale king mage there. Alright, pop out of here and back over to the quest window where we can claim the reward for claiming the Tidon slot reward 1 time, giving us 2 more golden cogs and 1 stamina potion sample, which is relevant because that lucky roulette is going away today. And so let's go and get all that claimed. We have 4 cogs. We may as well use them. So we got 2 5-star psychic power shards, 3 auto fight attempts, 30 stamina, and 20,000 hero XP potions for that. We also have some things to claim here in the spiritual altar window. We got 10 Darkfall gems, 1 ancient summoning crystal, 5 quick clear tickets, 5 Dawnbringer shards, and 100,000 gold. Then in Ancestral Legacy, let's hop in here, go to quests. We performed a summon today, so we get a Skeleton Bones for that. Let's go ahead and roll our Skeleton Bones real quick. Roll to 8. So, whatever we're on, we get to do something like it again, I think. The vast expanse is so encompassing. Astonishingly, we crossed paths again. Let's go with, nice to meet you. He says your journey appears to be bursting with exploration and discovery. I'm going to say I feel lost. He says the destination isn't always clear at the start. Sometimes one must persistently seek it during their voyage until they discover it. And I'll say, how can I be sure of my goals? He says every voyage presents a learning opportunity. Maintain an open mind and you will discover its significance in every stride. And I say, which one? Do I remember the conversation or keep it in mind? Let's go with, I'll keep it in mind. And we got 20 Dragon's Gold, so probably we should have gone with the other one. Okay, there's that. Let's get out of there. And let's kind of scan through here. Sanguine Throne, Crimson Quests, Challenge Quests. We performed 50 summons in the event summon, and for that, we get 100 epic skill dust and 1 Demon Slayer's medallion. Moving on up there. Okay, so we have quite a few more things we're going to want to do on that, but we have a lot of them knocked out. Cool. Alright, getting out of there. Ogorl, we just leveled up to 68, which increases our diamonds by 50, and also it gives us +3 to our max stamina. Over on the Gold Dragon Pass, we got some weekly quests. Perform 10 summons gives us 750 Gold Dragon tokens, leveling us up to 33 on that pass. Come over here to claim this. It's 5 5-star psychic power shards. Alright, now we can throw that together and make a psychic power. Alright, how about arena real quick? So I know we can refresh by now. Let's do it. And we have Innie from Germany has 274,624 BP. Let's go ahead and fight and see what happens here against Innie, or perhaps it's Annie. Who knows? Alright. They're throwing out Hot Suit first. It seems like traditionally a good choice. She has Ghastly Burst. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. She's very good at that. And then you put out Akira. Akira has core release. During the ultimate, reduces the hero's attack interval by 35%. Basic attacks have an increased damage range, can hit 3 additional targets, and their damage against enemies with Winter's Bite Freeze increases by 100%. Alright, what do we have coming in next over here? Oh, boy, that was pretty massive. Now he's put out Nyx, who I was trying to get earlier. Spinning Fireblade. After attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 65% of attack 3 times for 25 seconds. Alright. We won that time. But barely. Not by too much. Okay, now he's stuck out Violetta Vane. She has Execution Ceremony. Deals 175% magic damage 5 times to one enemy with the highest HP range, and inflicts slow for 5 seconds. If the enemy is already inflicted with slow burn, refreshes its duration and does not inflict additional stacks of Infernal Blaze. Meanwhile, the hero restores HP equal to 30% of her max HP. When deployed in a Lord team of the same faction, faction team members also restore HP equal to 30% of something. Don't know what. Victory, that was any 274,624 BP. And if we look at the stats over here, it looks like top damage was Akira with 6,041,700 damage, followed by Setram with 4,972,660, And then hot suit with 4,597,320. Very good. For that, we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 5,000 hero XP potions. Alright, nothing else of note in that list. It is 1:11 a.m., so I will come over here and see if Root has anything. He does have some auto-fight chances. Go ahead and grab those. Don't know that I really needed them, but got them anyway, I suppose, for the moment. Let's see what the mine has for us. 4,150 coins, 2,550 XP potions, 13 stamina, 1 diamond, 4 mithril, and then a random chest which contained 2 insignificant endurance 2s. Now, it occurs to me that if nothing else, I need to go into Dracula's castle and see about using up my tokens for the day, whatever they're called. Lad's Legacy. On the summon window, we have performed 50 summons in the event summon, and for that, we get 300 family artifacts. And it opens up this Impure Recasting Hammer. Let me just hop into Dracula's castle real fast and see if there's anything that that I should do here on the map. Let's get off away from this and look on the map. I obviously have to click territory and claim all here. I wonder if I can upgrade anything. I don't see any unclaimed, like, foundry type things. So I suppose not. If I click on territory, nothing seems to be upgradable. Is that the way it's done? I don't know. We'll claim this 8,800 sanguine essence. That levels us up to 34. We can pop out of there. Growth log. Okay, that's just telling us what's happened. Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing something or if that's the only way to do that. Alright, well, out here. And then we need to do some more summons, I think, for some of those events, right? So let's hop to it. We won't do too many more before I go start some more fights. Okay, we do have more things for Count Dracula and Rivenhold. Could do those. Gon and Carnelian don't matter so much. Gonna hop back over to Bloodline Summoning for now, however. Let's do some summons. It's Jonas, the 2-star fighter. The classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in the fight. Okay, this is Ogorl, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of a berserker, shields won't help when he enters your rampage. Following that, we've got Waldrak, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Waldrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. And this is Halder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Halder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. Alright, we got Preetor, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Preetor defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. Shreef is a 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This foul goblin will lead you into the dark and plug you with his daggers. Chris Cuke, the 3-star marksman. a cunning goblin archer whose poisoned arrows bounce from foe to foe. Beware of his traps. And then, here's Breeder once more, the 2-star defender who is wandering around from town to town looking for his lost love. We just saw him a minute ago. He wanders in circles a bit. There's Narvi, the 3-star fighter, most inquisitive adventurer. Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. And then Marine, 3-star marksman from the Infernal and Pierce factions. Captain Rouge first mate at your service. Maureen bombards enemies with her explosive ultimate. And then we have Shreef, the 2-star marksman who will lead you into the dark before he plugs you with his daggers. And then Halsworth, the 2-star fighter who is going around trying to repay a debt saved his very life. And this time we got to Zero, 4-star marksman from the Pierce faction. Tazir is a jungle-dwelling stunner that shoots faster when surrounded, prioritizing airborne units. Okay, now I saw over here that we finished up some background fights. Let's check this off. We got 86,710 gold, 13,280 XP potions, 6 smoldering scales, a variety of gear, 1 Kukulkan spirit, 220 Lost Legacy trophies, 220 Brave Conquest points, and 10 stamina. We also got 8,460 more gold, 1,296 more XP potions, 6 more smoldering scales, and then another piece of gear from bonuses. Alright. Now, back to the summon window, we can claim these 7 rare summoning crystals, which is cool. Come back over the bloodline summoning, and I'll do a few more, and then I'll probably need to call it a night after that. We'll see. Let's do 4 more real quick, and then see where we're at. Alright, we got Wolgrek, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Wolgrek slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Here's Autumn, a 3-star healer from the Infernal faction. As comforting as the changing leaves, Autumn uses AoE healing and boosts critical damage. And then we got Rumnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink, and healthy is mighty hard to take down. And then Elikos, the 3-star marksman from the Cultist faction. Not every day you see an ivory-skinned goblin with frosty arrows that inflict slow he just can't miss. He does slow people, and he is useful in some of the levels early on there. Particularly, I think the faction trial. We got a warning about having 62 heroes in the backup storage. I think I won't worry about that quite yet. Let's pop out of here, go over to events, and what I want to see is the spiritual altar. Where we at? Because this ends in an hour and 39 minutes. So, would have been neat to get a little higher in this, but also we're not going to get high enough, I don't think. We got 200 diamonds here, because again, we only have an hour and 40 minutes left, and I don't know, I'm obviously going to not be spending enough time tonight to do that, so, unless I was miraculously lucky. but that seems highly unlikely. Could potentially get up to the first of these collaboration hero artifact choice bundles. But I don't know. Seems kind of unlikely. We did get the Dawnbringer shards for Lady Nina. Okay. Well, there's a way I might do it real quick, possibly to get that high. I don't like to. It's not my cup of tea, but I can do it. I can come over to the Bloodline Summoning and do 10 of them in a go. And I can just maybe do that twice and see what happens. Okay, so we got, for our trouble, a bunch of greens and a few blues. So we got Gorza, Bowroot, and Gonk regarding the blues here. Just click OK here and confirm. Yes, okay, to make sure I did, in fact, get onto the right summoning thing, because that would be a real shame. But I did, so all is well. Let's do another 10, and I'll have used up all of my summoning crystals without dipping into the diamonds. So we got Demos, we got Hollow, and we got Cyrene, and we got Idril in that pool. For blues, we got Camille. Alright, let's click OK here. And let's go take a gander at the situation over here in the events tab. How high did we get for that? Did that move us along anywhere? Yes, it did. And it made us just, flip it over where we needed to be for this. So that's great. We got 1 collaboration hero artifact choice bundle, 2 advanced augmentation gems, and 300,000 gold for that. That seems very reasonable, I think. Okay. 7,000 for the legendary skill crystals. We're at 6,533. Do I want to do a few more for that? Possibly. Let's go look in the Oracle trial where we should have gotten some stuff yet. Ranking of 20. So this also ends in 1 hour and however many minutes at this point. We got an ancient summoning crystal down there. So I don't really need to move up anymore on this. It doesn't really matter. We're in no danger of being in any real rewards area. So at this point, the arrival of heroes part is not important. We don't have any background fights running at the moment. We certainly should. So let's go over to the Lost Legacy and throw some folks at stage 19 or some stamina, not some fools. Okay, got that going. So, one thing I do want to look at is how far along are we on this shard assembly situation. 40 out of 60 of the shards. It ends in 15 days and 1 hour. Feels like I'm very likely to make that. Okay, coming over here, we go to the challenge quests. Form 100 summons in the event summon, and we get 2 Demon Slayer's Medallion and 100 legendary skill dust. Also, at the bottom here, we can claim 5 rare summoning crystals, which is not too shabby. Okay, now let's get over to the arena, where we can refresh the opponents. Nothing exciting there. Summon window, we got these summon rewards, 15 diamonds. Let's see. We have 5 more crystals at this point. Sure, we can use 5 crystals for this. Why not? We got Aaron, the 3-star healer. Gifted if not impatient, Aaron uses AoE to heal units and provide debuffs. After Aaron, we have Cyclone, the 4-star fighter from the Esotericist faction, an elemental terror made of pure wind, able to knock back enemies and completely immobilize them. That's Decimus, the 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. Here's Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Pierce faction. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. One more of these, and I'll be out of the rare summoning crystals again. It's Ryder, the 2-star fighter who is obsessed with armor. Alright. Let's see, is there anything more that I want to do right now? I could do the Scarlet Feast Ancient Summoning thing, you know? We have something to claim over in Dracula's castle at the God's Legacy. Perform 100 summons in the event summon, and for that we get 350 family artifacts. Okay, get out of here. Let's look at the events and see where we're at on that spiritual altar. 6,814. How many points do we get per summon? We would need to get something kind of awesome. Like, we could get a 4-star guy, and that would work. Well, it wouldn't entirely. We would need more than one 4-star guy, but him plus a few others. So maybe we do go to this and summon a couple, maybe, guys here. Try to get Dracula or Rivenhall. Odds are not great that I will, but, you know, you can always try. There's Nero, a 3-star mage from the Cultist and Watcher faction. He's a faction lord of the Cultists. Nero is a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and a faction leader for the Cursed Cult. Crank the heat. Following that up, we have Cute, the 3-star marksman. A cunning goblin archer whose poisoned arrows bounce from foe to foe. Beware his traps. And then, next up, who do we have here? It's Aaron, 3-star healer. Gifted if not impatient, Aaron uses AoE to heal units and provide debuffs. Following that, we have Cube once more, the 3-star marksman, whose arrows bounce from foe to foe. And then Duradel, the 3-star fighter. Elf? Vampire? Both? Duradel's surge skill does massive damage and restores HP. Talk about versatile. Here we go. This Ain, a 4-star fighter from the Watcher faction, also a lord. A mask covers his marred face, but this leader of the Watchguard will run you through with unrelenting spear strikes. Excellent. So let's click OK here, because I think we have enough, probably, to claim the next reward over there. Let's see. Spiritual altar, and yes. But see, now we're so close to that ancient crystal that I almost have to do it. Let's see here. Well, let's claim this legendary skill crystal. And then, yeah, let's go back to summon and throw another ancient summoning crystal or two at it. We got Decimus, the 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. And then we have a low cost once more, the 3-star marksman from the Colts faction. Not every day you see an ivory-skinned goblin with frosty arrows that inflict slow. He just can't miss. And then one more here. It's Voltus, the 3-star mage from the Cultist faction. Voltus, assigned to protect the commander, possesses electrical powers of mysterious origin. Beware his devastating storm. Alright. Got all that, and we go over to events. And Spiritual Altar has for us an ancient summoning crystal. Problem is, these things are just so close to one another at this area that I really want to try to get a little higher. Should I? I don't know, but I want to. I want to go to that window. I intended to go to this room. We did end up with one more ancient summoning crystal, so let's throw that at Count Dracula. See if we can get him. Probably can't, but here's Borut, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. He's also a lord. Borut is a roughneck faction leader of the Watchguard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage. Alright, anything else? We could go back over, do a little bit more bloodline summoning, but we're out of the regular rare summoning crystals we have to be using. Diamonds to do this, we have 11,355 diamonds, so it's not that big of a deal. I just clicked on the Bloodletter Invocation of Spirits, and I see that we get to select somebody to get alongside Van Helsing. So that's interesting. We have 13 days and 1 hour left on that. Well. Shall we do a little more of this? Would it be safe to do another 10 block of summons? Let's come over here first and see if we have any of these. We do. So let's try to see if we can get any maybe ancient summoning crystals, or really anything. We got a rare summoning crystal. We got 10 ancient summoning crystal shards and 5 legendary summoning crystal shards. Not too shabby, really. Come out of there, go to storage. We can put some together. So we've got enough to make 1 legendary summoning crystal. Let's do that, and then come back over here, and we'll go to the summon window. We only have this one thing running, and sure, let's go ahead and try it. It's Nazim, the 4-star mage from the Esotericist faction. Beware the Scalekin spell sword. Nazim can summon a phantom blade, which steals enemy HP for allies. He's actually useful when you don't have enough healers in the faction trials. Alright, confirm that. And then let's have a look at the events tab to see where exactly we are. And if I want to throw some more things at that also. Okay, 2 days left on that. Spiritual altars where I was wanting to look. We have 8,304. So yes, we may as well go ahead and try to get this this 400 diamonds from getting somebody. Alright, bloodline summoning it is. Let's see what happens, guys. Alright, we got Duradel. Elf, Vampire, Oath. Duradel's Surge skill does massive damage and restores HP. Talk about versatile. Salute. Alright, now we were at 8,300 some odd. Let's see what we're at now, because I didn't pay attention to how much each thing was giving to us. Spiritual altar, still very low. So we need 66 more points in order to get that. How much do we get per guy? I looked at this earlier. Okay, so we would need 3 3-star lords, like 7 3-star regular guys, or just 1 4-star person. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's just go and see if we can go until we get somebody who's at least 4 stars. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Let's first check the arena. Okay, we have 3 minutes 48 seconds, 56 seconds left there. So, yeah, let's do it. Bloodline summoning, and we're going to use some of our precious diamonds. We got Arlo, the 2-star fighter. A masked man of the people, Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Duradel, the 3-star fighter. He's the one we just went over. He does massive damage and restores HP. And then we have Gogren, the 3-star fighter. Stained Crimson, this feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. Now for Jonas, the 2-star fighter, the classic drunkard with spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can boast himself in a fight. It's Ogorl, the 3-star mage from the esotericist faction. He is also useful. I think he's the one who's useful in the faction trials because of his slow. I think so. And now there's Hayden, the 2-star fighter, cloaking tanky. This trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. We get Hayden pretty often. He hangs out. You know, we talk about the weather. Here's Praetor, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, he goes around defending the weak while he looks for his lost love. I feel like he might also get along with me. Here we have Spreef, the 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. And then Gogren, the 3-star fighter. Stained Crimson, this feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. And then we'll grab once more, the 2-star mage. He uses his putrid magic. I think he slows down his enemies. Here's Arlo once more, the 2-star fighter who is admired by many. And I feel like Brighter is a little bit, he goes a little bit overboard with it. Here's Cutter, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Cutter launches poison-laced daggers with ease, but downs boos with less grace than an ox. And then Ogorl, once more, the 3-star fighter. Shields wound health when he enters a rampage. And then Arlo once more, the 2-star fighter who is loved and admired by one and all. It's kind of Robin Hood-esque, even though he's not stealing from rich and doing the core that I know of. There's Spreef, the 2-star marksman. He's not very trustworthy. He'll take you into the dark, and then he'll plug you with some daggers. So beware of him. Here's Spring, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenate against the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. And then for Dagna, the 3-star defender from the Northern faction. She's the one, we've seen her earlier. So she's the lord for her group. And she can also, I believe, heal herself. Here's Narvi, the 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. And then we're going to follow that up with Rumnose, the 2-star defender who cannot stay out of the drink. It says when he's healthy, he's mighty hard to take down, but we'll just have to take their word for it, I think. Here's Ogorl, 3-star fighter. The epitome of a berserker. Shields won't help when he enters a rampage. And now for Camille once more, the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. She is the first healer that you get in the game. She sits around the campfire afterward, talking to everyone about it. Here's Screef, the 2-star marksman. He can't be trusted. He's going to lead you into the dark. He's going to stab you with daggers. That's just what he does. It's part of who he is. Here is Nash, a 3-star fighter. His name hits the nail in the hammerhead. We saw him a little bit ago as well. His fish is very metallic. I would not want to get hit with that, that's for sure. At any level. And now for Halder, the 2-star fighter. He is not all that impressive. I mean, he's just a 2-star. What do you want from a 2-star, right? Here we have Screef once more, 2-star marksman. And he's just, for me, he's just kind of just another one of the goblin crew. And here's Elikos. Now, Elikos is not just another of the goblin crew. He's a 3-star marksman who's also a cultist. And so I end up using him a reasonable amount of time in the cultist faction trial. And here's Rogers, the man who can become a human wall. And then Sorzus, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. Advanced to the Nightmare Legion, Sorzus preys on the weak. He does exceptional damage to low HP enemies. And then for Rogers once more, the 2-star defender, he can bolster his defenses to become a human wall. And then Marine once more, the 3-star marksman from the Infernal and Piercer factions. I don't love Marine. I've had a whole situation where I really dislike Marine a great deal. So here's Ogorl, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of berserker. Shields won't help when he enters a rampage. I've known people like that before. I understand Ogorl. Here's Rogers, the 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And yet he's going around not in... I don't know. It's just kind of a strange choice. Human wall, just by himself. They could link up, get multiple of them together. Alright, we got 15 diamonds here. And then I think I'll go back out and check on the arena because I can refresh over here, which I will do. And I didn't get anything that I can really reasonably go up against. Let's head back over the events. We did not get the epic that I was going for doing that. We did get a couple more rewards here, though, in spite of it. We got 400 diamonds and 1 legendary skill crystal. And now we're a good ways from the next reward, which is those 10,000 points to get 2 ancient summoning crystals. And I would like to have the ancient summoning crystals, but we are far, far away from doing so. Might could do it, but I don't think it makes sense to make any kind of concerted effort toward that, all things considered. Let me try to go back to this screen so we can see exactly where we're at. We have 133 out of 200 of the summons that I'll probably end up needing for Lady Nina. We're at 8,854 diamonds at the moment. It's not looking real promising, I'm afraid. regardless, I am going to have to call it a night, I think, guys. It has, as always, been a pleasure streaming with you, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys tomorrow. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can see when I go live after you turn on the notifications. Um, Hopefully I'll have time to get in tomorrow, and also hopefully I will see you all then. Have a good night.